This is Chris Medeiros. Like, subscribe to AEW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeiros, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both my TikToks. And I'll be down there in the description box, and I'm here to do my AEW Dynamite November 16th, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about AEW Dynamite. Now, this is the last show before Full Gear, which will be this Saturday, which I will definitely be talking about. So yeah, look out for that. I'll be talking about Full Gear this Saturday. But we kick off the show with a tag team match. It was the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara, the Jericho Appreciation Society, versus Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli, the Blackpool Combat Club. So yeah, it was a tag team match between those two teams, and it was a pretty good match. Go check it out if you haven't yet. At one point, we see Bryan and Jericho accidentally running into each other with double headbutts in the way, knocking each other down. Jericho is still the legal man, but Danielson tags in Claudio, and we see Sammy Guevara, getting up outside the ring, and then Bryan Danielson hits a suicide dive onto him, taking both of themselves out, and then Jericho's trying to hit Claudio with the baseball bat, but Claudio takes him down, then hits a swing onto him, and then while he was trying to lock on the sharpshooter, Jericho was trying to hit him upside the head with a baseball bat still because he still had it in his hands, but Claudio snatches the bat away from him, locks on the sharpshooter, and makes Jericho tap out. So yeah, Claudio Castagnoli and Bryan Danielson defeated Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara tonight in the tag team match. That's what happened. It was a pretty good tag team match to kick off the show. So yeah, I'll give that match 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match. But yeah, later on tonight on Dynamite, they got MJF that will be speaking tonight. And not only that, they got Anthony Bowens versus Strickland one-on-one tonight, and many more matches. But yeah, pretty good kickoff to Dynamite. Really good. So yeah, pretty good stuff though. But yeah, I will see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, now before I talk about the match between Anthony Bowens and Swerve Strickland, there was one segment backstage where we see Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh talking backstage, because we just got done seeing a video package with Darby Allin and Sting in the car driving and stuff. Pretty cool video package or whatever. But yeah, they was talking, then all of a sudden Jeff Jarrett comes up and he says, "Sting, you're done for this Saturday at Full Gear," and same for Darby Allin. So yeah, that's what they said. But then we get to the match. The Acclaim come out, they rap and everything, which was pretty good. And then Anthony Bowens says, "Play the rap video," and they play the rap video, and it was a pretty good one. They had like Sneaky Swerve and Keith Lee and stuff, which was pretty funny. Them watching the Acclaim with Big Show involved, Paul White involved. So yeah, just funny stuff. Go check it out if you haven't yet. But then we get to the match. Swerve Strickland comes walking out, and then he gets speared and started getting attacked by Billy Gunn. Referees and stuff had to break him up and told Billy Gunn and Max Caster to leave to the backstage area. So yeah, Anthony Bowens had to go into this match all by himself, and he was taking on Swerve Strickland. It was a pretty good match. It was back and forth and stuff. Anthony Bowens kept on trying to fight back several times and stuff. At one point, Swerve Strickland was going after his arm. It looked like he almost snapped his damn arm in half and stuff. And then, at one point, we see him hit the double foot stomp off the top turnbuckle, but Anthony Bowens kicked out at 2. Anthony Bowens tried to roll him up at one point, and Swerve pretty much twisted on the arm, and then hits like his finish move where he lifts him up and drops him onto his back, doing like a front flip or whatever. I don't know what you call that move, but he hit it on Anthony Bowens. He got the 3 count. So yeah, Swerve Strickland defeated Anthony Bowens, and for that match, I'll give it 3 stars as well. It was a pretty good match. But then, after that match ended, we go into another segment where we see Jay Cargill and Nyla Rose hyping up their match for Full Gear and stuff, which I really don't even care about. Just Nyla Rose stealing the TBS Women's Championship. So I just don't care about it, But then we go to Tony Schiavone. He was in the ring, and he introduces the Ring of Honor television champion, Samoa Joe, and he asked Samoa Joe, like, why did he attack Wardlow last week and all that, and he said Wardlow failed to forget that Samoa Joe himself is the toughest man in the room, and he needs to recognize that, and that's what he was saying. But then Powerhouse Hobbs come out, and Powerhouse Hobbs was and Hobbs come out, and he starts talking to Samoa Joe, talking about how he's the most dangerous man, how he's been laying out Wardlow every single time. But then Wardlow's theme song hits, and pretty much the cameraman made it so noticeable that Wardlow's going to come through the crowd anyways, which he did. He comes into the ring, spears Samoa Joe down, beating him down and stuff. Powerhouse Hobbs comes in there, and all three brawling and stuff. Bunch of AEW stars and security guards and referees had pulled them apart and stuff, and they kept them all going at it. They finally got Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs out of the ring, and Wardlow was in the ring beating down a bunch of security guards. He looks at Dark Order, and Dark Order was like, yeah, you know what, we don't want none. You go ahead and handle your business. And then Wardlow was like, okay, cool, and he just runs and jumps over the top rope with a front flip onto Powerhouse Hobbs, Samoa Joe, and a bunch of wrestlers and security guards and stuff, laying them all out. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment though. But it looks like up next we're going to be seeing Death Triangle versus Top Flight and her tag team partner. I forgot what was their tag team partner name, but yeah, Top Flight is back together now. So yeah, that match will be happening up next, and yeah, see you guys later until then. So the next thing to happen on AEW Dynamite now, before I talk about the Trios Tag Team title match, we gotta talk about Dr. Britt Baker, and she was talking about Saraya, talking about how she's glad that she is making her return back into the ring because she suffered a serious neck injury, and she respects that and all, but she gets to know that this is her house now and not hers, because she's been in AEW from the very start for 3 years on TV, talking about how she was a happy-go-lucky girl, and then she was like shy and everything, and then she came from that to being knowing everything, and the way how she is now, comfortable and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what she was saying, and it was a pretty long promo, I'm not even gonna lie. But then after that, we get to the match. It was the AEW World Trios Champions, Pac, Rey Fenix, and Penta Death Triangle versus Darius Morton and Dante Martin, Top Flight, and AR Fox in a 6-man tag team match for the AEW World Trios Championships. And it was a pretty good match and all that, but let's be honest, this is Darius Morton's return back into the ring after a few months out, and this is AR Fox's in-ring debut on AEW. And I don't see why that team deserves a tag team title shot, since they pretty much didn't work for it. It just don't make sense, But other than that, it was a pretty good match, and it was a back and forth match. AR Fox, I really like him now. He's really great in the ring and stuff. This is the first time I ever seen him wrestle in the ring, so yeah, he was doing really good. At one point, he did like a Spanish fly move or whatever onto Rey Fenix off the top turnbuckle, and then he hit the 450 splash, almost getting the 3 count, but he kicked out at 2. Phoenix did, and everybody else was going back and forth at the ending. Rey Fenix tags in Penta, and then Penta tags in Pac at the end, where we see Penta and Rey Fenix hit that package power driver with a double foot stomp onto AR Fox, and then that's when Rey Fenix dives onto Top Flight with a front flip through the second rope, laying them out, and then Pac climbs at the top turnbuckle, jumping off with the Black Arrow onto AR Fox, getting the 3 count. So yeah, Death Triangle defeated AR Fox and Top Flight tonight in the 6-man tag team match, and has retained the AEW World Trios Championships. So yeah, that's what happened there. For that match, I'll give it 3.5 stars. It was a really good match, but like I said, I don't understand why the team gets a tag team title match, just because this is like their first time teaming up, kind of. Like, Dante Martin has been doing great in the ring. Darius Martin is great as well. It's just he's been injured and stuff. This is his first match back, and then AR Fox this is his first time wrestling on Dynamite, so it just don't make sense in my eyes. But other than that, it's whatever, I guess. But then after that, we see Ricky Starks have an interview backstage, and he was talking about how he's going to be taking on Lance Archer this Friday on Rampage, and he'll beat him down and stuff. and then go to, go win that match and go face whoever's the world champion, beat them for the title. So yeah, that's what Ricky Stark said. But up next, we're going to be seeing All Ego Ethan Page versus Bandito up next in a one-on-one match. So yeah, that match will be happening up next, and yeah, see you guys later until then. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, actually, I don't know how I forgot this. At the ending of that six-man tag team match, Death Triangle was cutting a promo, which I don't know how I forgot. And Pac was talking about how he was talking about these gentlemen or whatever, that they hear the rumors, they see the videos and all that stuff, and talking about the Elite and talking about how if y'all want to come to Full Gear this Saturday, you can come and face us for the titles. It's up to you if you want to show up, and if you do, just know it ain't gonna be good. And then all of a sudden we see the big screen where the clock is ticking and it shows the graphs with Death Triangle, and then the Elite appears. So yeah, the match is made official now for this Saturday. But yeah, that's what happened there. So yeah, see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a World Championship tournament. Pretty much it was the All Ego Ethan Page with Stokely Hathaway versus Bandito one-on-one. Now Ethan Page was cutting a promo while he was walking down the ramp, talking about how he don't care who wins between MJF or John Moxley, because at Winter is Coming, he will challenge him and beat them for the world title after he wins the tournament. So yeah, that's what Ethan Page said. And then we get to the match, and it was a pretty good match. Bandito, I really like him in the ring. Like, he was doing so damn good in the ring, almost picking up the win a few times. But then we get to the ending where we see Bandito and Ethan Page on the top turnbuckle. Ethan Page tosses Bandito off the top turnbuckle and jumps off flying at him, onto him, and then lays him out, and then picks up Bandito, hitting Ego's Edge onto Bandito, and then pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Ethan Page defeated Bandito and advances in the tournament. That's what happened. Pretty good match though. Really liked it. I'll give that match 3 stars. That's why I'll give it a pretty good match between those two guys. But then after that, we see Saraya cutting an interview backstage with Renee Paquette, talking about how she's tired of talking about Britt Baker and everything, and how she wants to come in here and beat Britt Baker because she is the very best, how she earned her opportunity, how she chose to come to AEW because she hasn't wrestled in 5 years in the ring, and she's tired of Britt Baker, and she wants to come here to face the very best and beat the very best. So yeah, that's what Saraya said about Britt Baker. But later on tonight, we will see John Moxley and MJF speaking. But up next, it'll be the interim AEW Women's Champion, Toni Storm versus Anna Jay, one-on-one for the interim AEW Women's Championship up next on Dynamite. So yeah, that match will be happening up next, and I'll definitely be talking about it. So yeah, see you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a one-on-one title match. It was the interim AEW Women's Champion, Toni Storm versus Anna Jay, one-on-one for the interim AEW Women's Championship. And it was an okay match. It was going back and forth at first. Anna Jay, like, she was doing a few things, laying out Toni Storm outside the ring, throwing her into the steel steps and everything. But then, obviously, Toni Storm starts picking up the pace at the ending, hitting that hip attack onto Anna Jay in the corner. Like, she smacked the living shit out of her with her hip, actually. Really. And then picks her up, locking on the cloverleaf, making Anna Jay tap out. So yeah, Toni Storm defeated Anna Jay and has retained the interim AEW Women's Championship. That's what happened. It was a pretty good match, I guess. I'll give that match 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. But then, after the match ended, Jamie Hayter with Britt Baker and Rebel come walking out, and Jamie Hayter got face-to-face with Toni Storm inside the ring, telling Toni Storm that she's going to win the title and stuff at Full Gear, and Toni Storm holding up the title, and Jamie Hayter pushed her, and yeah, Jamie Hayter then walks out the ring, and Toni Storm still standing in the ring holding up the title. But yeah, it was a okay segment right there. But up next, we're going to be seeing John Moxley and MJF speaking up next on Dynamite. So yeah, that'll be the final segment of the night, and it'll be happening up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, now we'll get to the last segment of the night. It was the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Jon Moxley. He comes walking out with William Regal, and he comes in there, starts cutting a promo about MJF, talking about how they got their match this Saturday at Full Gear and all that stuff, and how he'll beat him and all that stuff. But he was talking about how he would tell you how Jon Moxley, who is Jon Moxley. He said Jon Moxley's a man that gets into the ring, always ready to fight, don't care who he gets to beat up, bloody up, anything, and he'll still walk out victorious and all that stuff. He asked MJF the question, who is MJF? MJF still couldn't give him an answer. So yeah, that's what he said, and he was talking about Full Gear. He's just going to beat MJF because he was talking about how he's seen MJF only win one match after 6 months of being gone, taking a summer vacation and all that, and then coming in winning a ladder match, which was the stupidest ending he ever seen to a ladder match, with somebody giving him the poker chip, wearing a Halloween mask and all that. That's how this came all to fold. That's what Jon Moxley said. But then while he was talking, he gets attacked by Lee Moriarty. He threw Lee out the ring, and then we see the rest of the firm come up and attack him. W. Morrissey, Ethan Page, Stokely Hathaway, the Gun Club, just all attacking Jon Moxley and William Regal. And then we see MJF coming, running out, beating down the Gun Club outside the ring, and Lee Moriarty. He gets in the ring, hits a low blow onto W. Morrissey, and then he runs Ethan Page into W. Morrissey, knocking him out the ring, and then he pokes Ethan Page in the eyes, hits a low blow onto him, and then sticks him with the left hand, laying out Ethan Page. And then, yeah, the firm was taken care of, and MJF grabs the mic, starts talking about who MJF really is, and he says that he's not going to cheat at Full Gear, how he's going to show Jon Moxley who the man is, and how he'll win the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. He will not use the diamond ring, do nothing, and not cheat at all, because he don't want to hear from Jon Moxley's fans, that he beat Jon Moxley clean. So yeah, that's what MJF was saying. He says that he's not the same guy as he was a few years ago when they faced off for the world title before, and yeah, just stuff like that. And then MJF was doing his catchphrase, he's better than him and all that stuff, but then while he was saying his catchphrase, Jon Moxley grabs the mic and he says, at Full Gear, you ain't gonna stand a chance against me, and you better see what's deep down inside of you to get my world title from me. So yeah, that's what Jon Moxley said. Him and MJF stood face to face with William Regal on the side. So yeah, that's what happened. Pretty good segment though. Jon Moxley even forgot what day Full Gear airs, on Saturday or Sunday. So yeah, that's what he was saying. But match of the night, I gotta say, it was that tag team match with Jericho and Guevara versus Danielson and Claudio. So yeah, that was match of the night for me. But other than that, tonight's Dynamite, it was an okay episode. I'll give it 8 stars. That's what I'll give it. Pretty good show to go into Full Gear. But yeah, pretty good one. But I'll be talking about Full Gear this Saturday. Look out for that. Not only that, I'll be talking about Friday Night SmackDown this Friday, and then back to next week. So yeah, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Bales. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. They'll all be down there in the description box. And I'll see you guys later for this Saturday's Full Gear pay-per-view. See you guys later. Until then.